Alright, this is my first comparison of these two similarly sized RC cars. This is a Turnigy 16 scale short course truck. Picked it up from Hobbyking. Cost me about $65. Keep in mind it didn't come with a remote. This is my own remote. It's a FlySky FS GT3B. And this is my brand new Savage Flux XS. This is the small version of the more powerful Flux HP. So here we are. You could tell they're both about the same, I would say, overall length, but this one is aggressively styled. It has giant tires, and one of my favorite things about the monster trucks is the fact that it has giant tires. Even though it's an overall shorter length, it can get over many more obstacles than this can. I mean, just look at the tires on this. They look tiny. They look like 10 scale touring car tires, if not even smaller. Although this one was much more expensive, so it was about in the 280 range right here. I did run this one already just at home a little bit. The first obvious thing about it is the weight. It really doesn't look like it weighs that much, but when you pick this one up, it literally weighs less than a remote control with some batteries in it. But this one is just hefty. I know the most common problem with these, well, I shouldn't say the most common, but a common problem with them is related to the speed control wires here. You could see they're very close to the shock mount, but I already moved the shock mount to its highest possible setting. Normally with the body on, when you first get it, it's just so low that the body actually presses on the cables here. You could see they're very, very close to the terminals right here on the ESC, so if this ever broke and there was any kind of impact here, which probably will happen more often than not, these pretty much do have a giant chance of breaking. So the first thing you should do is just move your shocks, the mounts right here, to the highest position like I did. So it provides better clearance for the wires. Next thing you'll notice is the damping. It looks like it's very, very well damped. The back rebounds nicely, you could see that right here. The front, it's good, you know, it's a little bit rough, to be honest with you. I mean, I like a little bit of a softer setup, but you know, it's not bad. Some would say that the Savage XS is kind of low on adjustability. We could see that it has fixed links here, so you can't do a lot of adjustments to the suspension. To be honest with you, I personally don't mind. I like the fact that it has solid built-in links, because there it either snaps out or it doesn't, and you can just snap them back in, which usually is a problem with these anyway. I really don't mess around a lot with the towing and the camber, to be honest with you. You do have to be somewhat of a trained, you know, a real racer, I guess. Well, not a real racer, but for bashing, it really doesn't make any difference. I usually go with the stock factory settings. The next thing that's kind of awkward and weird about this is there's no on or off switch to the system at all. So pretty much what happens is you have your standard DINs right here. It already came pre-wired with DINs, so when you connect it to your battery pack, you pretty much have, the only way to turn it on and off is to take the body on or off each time. I mean, personally, that's kind of a hassle. That's why I got out of Nitro a little bit, because you do generally have to take the body off to start it. You know, if you do have a pull starter, then put the body back on, and that time it could die. That's usually how it works. What else, really? After running it here on my floor a little bit, it does have very aggressive braking. So the only way to fix this that I'm aware of, maybe there's another way, is to get a programming kit from HPI for the Castle ESC. So that's about $20 to $30 right there, and you do have to use the computer. I mean, that's kind of a hassle, to be honest with you. I really wish they included some type of programming card that you could do it in the field or at home anytime you want. But the braking really it's just so aggressive, you know. When you let off the throttle, it stops within a couple feet. I mean, maybe it's something you get used to, but you never know. What else? Now, I usually have, you know, one of the pet peeves that I have in RC is the body clips. It comes with these kind of thick looking, dark anodized black body clips. To be honest with you, they're kind of a pain to put on. So I just ordered myself a couple of Traxxas body pins like this. They come pre-bent at 90-degree angles. It's much easier to get them to put in them. You can see right here, just in, out. These are, you know, with the body on, you know, it's a little bit, it's tougher. But right now, the body isn't on, it's not as bad. They're just a little personal preference of mine. So, what about this one? I didn't really go over this one that much. I mean, to be honest with you, this is really just, it's such a toy grade RC car that's not even funny. The shocks, they don't even have oil in them at all. I already tried to rebuild them, but the oil just literally leaks out. There's no bladder system in there at all. No type of, you know, you could see right here, I'll just bounce it right here. You see the rear, it's so bouncy. The front must have some type of separate internal system because it really doesn't even rebound well. Speed-wise, this is pretty fast. I mean, this is a tiny 2S pack, also from hobbyking. I mean, you could fit a larger one here, but this is the one they recommend. And it's almost as fast as this one, really, on 2S. But, I mean, durability-wise, I would be very afraid to get it anywhere close to over really 30, if not 25, because the parts in here are just so pathetic. You could see I already broke this front shock mount a little bit. Well, not shock mount, the bumper right here. It'll probably still do its job and not fail any further, but you never know. And parts availability for these low-grade RC cars are, you know, you probably have to wait weeks at a time to get your parts from China. But, you know, it's really something to consider. Cost here, this is about, let's say, 4 to 5 times the price of this. You do have to get your own remote and your own receiver. Then again, if you are an avid RC enthusiast, you probably will have a few spare receivers, and you'll probably use the same remote like I do. I use this for up to 5 or 6 cars at a time. It's a fairly good remote. It's about the same as this one, 2.4 gigahertz unit. And I already have a couple of these Fly Sky 3 channel receivers laying around, so I don't mind that. Yeah, so otherwise, you know, that's it. So I'll try to make a video of each one running somewhere sooner or later. I hope you enjoyed that video.